Hello and welcome to a new series I'm starting on my channel called There's a Wall Run There. This is basically going to be a series that is dedicated to showing off wall runs that you may not know of or that are kind of less obvious than the main wall runs on maps. So this episode is going to be covering the base maps in the game, just sort of the non-DLC maps, because that's for later episodes. I'm going to call these volumes as well, because the whole idea is it's got multiple maps in it and there's multiple wall runs. It's just take it as it is. But basically we're just going to get straight into this. The first map we're going to go to is Frost, and this map is, well, it's got two wall runs that are kind of less obvious. The first one is on the edge of the map, which is, it's very useful. It's more obvious than the other maps that I'm going to show you, or the other wall runs I'm going to show you. But this one goes around the edge of the map on one side of it, so it's pretty useful. It's very good for flanking and opening routes, that sort of thing. In domination, not so much because you want to get B, but it's useful for a lot of game modes, and I use it all the time in this map. The second wall run that I want to show you is in the center of the map, kind of between A and C, and this is in the pit where the submarine type thing is, and this allows you to wall run around the center of this. Basically, it can be useful, but I haven't really gotten kills with it yet, other than kind of wall running there for a while, waiting for people to jump up onto the submarine. So if you know someone's going to go up there, you can wall run underneath it and then jump up behind them. That's really the only use I can see there, other than really hiding in parties or something, you know, in like party games. So that sort of thing. Probably. We're going to go ahead and go into Genesis here, and there's two wall runs here. One going to B, or at either sides of B, but one's going to A and one's going to C. So the one going to C is kind of on the outside of a stairwell, I think it is, but it's a bit more difficult to pull off than the other one I'm going to show you. But it's very useful and it's very good for domination, because it lets you get to jump on people who are taking C without charging head first into them, so it's very useful and I use it quite a bit. But I use this other one a lot more because it goes to A and it counters people who are on the wall run, or not on the wall run, on the stairs. So it's very useful. I use it all the time. It's on the curved pillar as you go out of B, and it's just very easy to get to. It's very useful. You can dive when you're running between the pillar and the circular pillar, jumping on the wall run, but I haven't played that much to it. The third map we're going to get into here is Skydog, and it has two wall runs again, and kind of like a tip that I want to give you. But the first one is going from B to the middle of the lane going between A and C. This is underneath part of the map and it's very useful. It's less obvious, but I think a lot of people do know about it. I'm putting it in there just because some people don't know about it. But it's very useful and I use it all the time, and I'd say it is quite obvious, but it is very useful as well. So I'd say use it if you have the chance. You can also jump off of one of the wall runs and get onto the wall run. I've never performed in an actual match, only in private matches, so take that for what it is. The second wall run is wall running below the rocket thruster, or the jet thruster, whatever you want to call it. This obviously only works when it isn't test firing, because obviously if you run into it when it's test firing, you'll die. But it's useful for making the jump on people, or getting the jump on people who expect you to wall run on the proper one. So you can also wall run on the outside of the jet thruster thing, but that's less useful. But that's that. The tip I want to show you or give you is that you can wall run on the outside of the two wall runs on either side of the map at the spawn flags. I see no one do this. I seem to be the only person who actually does it in the matches that I play. So you should use this. It's a lot better than wall running where you're actually where you think you should. You can wall run on the back of them, so it's very useful and it'll save your life a lot more times than the proper way will. The fourth map we're going to get into here is Terminal, and there's only one here, so it's going to be pretty quick. You can wall run on the outside of the plane. It's very straightforward. I've never seen anyone do it. I think I saw someone attempt it. Maybe it was kind of the wall run that you use to get inside of the shop from the plane's cockpit, but basically you can wall run on that side of the plane. It's very useful for C, because if people are capping the C flag, then you're able to wall run above the line of sight, along the plane, so they're not going to be able to see you. But it's very useful to making the jump and or taking the jump people who are capping C. The next map is Breakout, and this has a wall run going along the entire side of the map. Basically, just a wall run going along the entire side of the map, and you have to chain a lot of them together. It's not that useful doing it all at one time. It was kind of for demonstration purposes, but you can do it all at once if you really want to. But the one in the middle is pretty useful, and the one at the start that I show you is also very useful. So the one at the end, not so much, but you know, it's there if you want it. But that's that for Breakout, and the last map is Mayday with one wall run again. I think this is possibly the most obvious one, but I'm not too sure. But I've noted about it since day one, but I don't know if anyone else, if it's that obvious basically. But on Mayday, there's the main wall run, which is kind of similar to Combine, I think it is. Combine's wall run from Black Ops 3, or yeah, no, Combine. But on the opposite side of the map, there's it's not destroyed, so you can just run along. But there's also a wall run if you look carefully, which I'm going to show you obviously. But that's about it. It's very useful, better than just charging head first, as most of these are. But that's about it for this volume. If you apologize for my commentary, it's worse. I think it's getting better, but you know, I've only done 2 and some third one, so give me some slack. But hopefully you enjoyed it. I tried to sound less depressed this time, but hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you got something useful from it. If you did like it, please consider liking it and consider subscribing. That's about it. Thanks for watching.
We're winning this fight. You're needed at Bravo.